Good morning and welcome to Stadium Scene TV's live coverage of the Watkins Glen Sprint. I'm DJ Fluck alongside Takato Timmerman. We'll take a look at the track information since we're getting started here very quickly. We're at Watkins Glen. We're in the boot configuration this morning. This will be a 90-minute sprint. They've been going through their 15-minute open qualification here in a moment, but it's a small field. This is meant as a training exercise. So let's go to the track and welcome my partner on the broadcast this morning. You know him as the voice of the Indy Racing World Series here on Stadium TV. Welcome, Taka Timmerman. Good morning, Taka.
Good morning.
We are ready for some action here as the blimp is catching a view of the boot at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, it'll be a fun little sprint this morning with the boot going there.
I don't know what happened, but my intro graphic didn't load appropriately, so we're going to put that up here just for fun. So this is, again, the Watkins Glen GT Sprint live on Stadium Scene TV. So for those new to the broadcast, this is our third one of these sprints. This is a dedicated monthly race we do on Saturday mornings to develop our endurance team and prepare for the official iRacing events. And there's going to be a variety of conditions today, including there is some rain in the forecast later on. So we do a 15-minute qualification. Generally, it is a 45-minute time sprint race, but for the official events, we actually bump it up to a 90-minute race, which is one of those today. We don't do full course cautions, and we don't award any points. This is just a developmental league. We're taking a look here at Mark Vickers, who's completing his qualification run. About 2 minutes away from getting started here.
Good to see some new cars today.
Yeah, iRacing this week released the Corvette GT3 and the Mustang GT3. Talk, have you had a chance to check either one of those out?
I have not, but I got to see the Corvette with I believe it was Mark driving it. It looks pretty nice.
He is driving it today, so it'll be right now. There's going to be 4 drivers in our session. We'll do the formal introductions here as qualification closes. It's an open qualification. Hunter Hughes is not here this morning, apparently. He's had some good runs in this event lately.
Yeah, he has. Especially the last one we had at Mount Panorama.
Mount Panorama, Bathurst, yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun race to watch.
Finishing my morning coffee here because it is early here on the West Coast of the United States. Good morning.
6 a.m.?
Yes, 6 a.m. Okay, we are going to grid, so let us meet the drivers. This morning, Ian Miller will be leading us off in the GTP class, ran a 131.085. Eric Richardson will be the lone LMP2, running a 138.801. And then we have Nicholas Warboy from the Wednesday Night Dash Series, also filled in as our color commentator on the Wednesday Night Dash Series a few weeks ago with me at New Hampshire. And then Mark Vickers will be the other GT3. So we're going to watch that battle today. Nick is new to this form of racing, and Mark, as we know, is pretty experienced. So we're going to go ahead and bring the scoring box up as we go to grid.
It'll be fun to watch a GT3 race this morning. We'll have Mark, who's new, Nick, who's new, and Mark, who's testing out a new car, it looks like. So
Okay, we've got go out to the pace car. See
Oh,
Nick.
Nick is not new to this.
He is not new to this. Oh, excuse me. Wow. We're getting fact-checked in real time.
Love it.
Then who was it who told me they were new? I guess they didn't show up then.
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right. Well, we're going to be watching
Sorry,
the
Nick.
GT3 battle. So that's a nice thing
I'm still looking forward to you racing.
That's a nice thing about Discord is we get fact-checked in real time. So here we go with the pace laps. We've got Eric and Ian, Nick, and Mark on their way. Always have to have somebody fact-check us in real time. See, that's the difference between the television broadcast is you can call us out in real time and we'll see it.
Oh, yeah.
You can see some overcast skies here. We are expecting a chance of rain at some point in the 90 minutes.
It's looking like about 30 minutes from now, we'll see 100% precipitation. And after that, we'll see a little bit of fog around 1:50, 1:30-ish. So we get to see all types of weather today. That'll be kind of fun. It'll be good practice for the drivers.
Oh, okay. Nick has run the 24 Hours of Daytona. Oops.
Oh. Oh yeah,
That's
you got experience.
Yeah, that's some experience right there. All right, as they come through the bus stop. Uh-oh, we're missing Ian Miller, it looks like.
Oh yeah.
He was there a second ago.
He was. And I don't see anything about like a packet loss or anything like that either.
No. No, he may have had to go back and... With these open setups, he may have had to go back and change his setup. And, you know, you do that after you hit grid and you're going to be starting from the pits. So, you know, in his case, he's the only GTP running this morning. No loss for him. He'll catch up with the rest of them pretty quickly. If he is
he will.
from the pits.
Yeah, the GT3s will be fun. It's European power versus American power. They might be both packing a similar size engine, but definitely different for the aerodynamics between the two cars.
Long pace lap.
Yes. I don't think I would be able to drive the pace lap if I were in one of these cars. Probably wipe out pretty hard. Here we go. Safety car gets pulled in.
And
Green flag.
green flag is out. And the pace car, let's get the action over to Eric. Comes up the hill.
Ooh, we got a nice race forming between Nick and Mark.
Yeah, it looks like Ian Miller is back on track. He looks like he will be starting from the pits. Yep, coming out of the pits. Here he comes.
Oh, sweet.
So, the other thing is this could be Ian's challenge. If, you know, this is different classes. It could be him practicing chasing everybody down.
Oh, that is true.
So far, he's shaved off about a second and a half off the GT3.
Oh my gosh. That's quick.
Shouldn't take him too terribly long. Let's head over and take a look at Mark Vickers. We've got the GT battle coming up between the two of them. This is going to be a battle we'll be following closely all day.
Yes.
It's coming out of the boot. That's a great spot. You can actually go wide there and not get in trouble for off tracks.
That's really nice. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, as opposed to the turn 1 area, which iRacing will ding you for, even though NASCAR goes, you got that big wide area, they go way off the track, and not in iRacing.
Bummer. Would make sense, especially with a lot of cars, you know, want to take it a little wider.
So Ian has cut the gap down to about 18 seconds now.
Holy smokes. That's going quick. It'll be interesting to see how much the weather affects all the drivers.
So projecting today, we're going to get, even though it's a 90-minute timed race, we are looking at about 54 laps are being predicted for today.
Ooh. It's a good chunk of laps. And we can see Ian in the background a little bit.
There he comes.
And here he is.
He's giving the flashing lights to the GT3 class. Long stretch coming out of the boot. Here he comes, and
there he goes.
GT3s wisely get out of the way.
He just zoomed past all of them.
Eric's lead has been cut now to 13 seconds on lap 2, so...
Wow.
Let's go take a look at Eric and see what he's up to. You can see he's coming up the hill through the turns 2, 3, and 4. So next weekend, the iRacing 6 Hour official event will be happening. I believe it's next weekend. I think the plan right now is to field a GT3 and an LMP2.
Oh. That'll be fun.
So Eric enters the boot.
It'd be kind of cool if we could be in the same session.
Ian has cut it down to 8 seconds now on Eric.
That's gonna be gone in like less than a second, I feel like, or like in a lap or two.
I mean, in 3 laps, he is shaved off about 12 seconds, so probably another 2 laps will catch him.
Oh my gosh, it's so quick. It's always amazes me how the speed difference between all 3 classes are, between the LMP2s, GT3s, and the GTP cars.
It looks like actually Nick has taken the class lead over Mark.
Oh yeah. See if I can find out real quickly what happened. Doing the replay right now, seeing if I can find it.
Ian is now 3 seconds off of Eric, so he'll be catching him quickly.
I'm not really sure what happened. Looks like in the front stretch, Mark let Nick go ahead. Maybe they, it's a good time for practice, so maybe they decided to swap positions.
You can see Eric kind of off the edge of the screen. Here comes Ian. Currently, the track weather is 78 degrees and cloudy with the track temperature of 105. So it's a warm day in Watkins Glen, New York. Here he comes. Let's run on him, and there he goes. So starting from the pits, all of about 5 laps, it took his GTP Porsche to catch up and pass Eric in the LMP2, which is, not surprising.
Yeah.
Eric gets a little squirrely coming out of the booth there.
So we got a question for you in the chat, DJ.
Oh, yeah?
What size endurance team do you want to get to?
What size endurance team do we want to get to? That's a good question. I don't think we're really working on size as of right now. As I mentioned, we're fielding 2 cars for the Watkins Glen event. We actually ran, I believe, 3 cars in Daytona. So, I think the big focus right now is just the continued development to start pushing up those, up the finishing boards and getting into those podium finishes and. You'll get those stronger performances. I mean, we obviously, we want to grow the team. We want to field multiple entries for every official iRacing event. That is definitely the primary goal, but not at the cost of performance.
Love that answer. Yeah, that makes sense. And it looks like the GT3 cars are going into the pits. I did see Nick tap the wall earlier. I wonder if they're going to change tires to... Well, it's a little early for the rain. It looks like we're about 15 minutes away from the first bout of rain hitting us.
The good thing is this is a development session. We have fast repairs enabled, so if there was some damage caused, so be it. We'll get in there.
And there goes Ian racing past them as he keeps going on. And Eric. Oh, I'm glad we have fast repairs on today.
Yeah, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to not have them on.
Yeah.
So Nick is telling me that his car should be orange. There's been a bug lately. Let's see if we can refresh his. Yeah, there's been a bug with iRacing lately where cars will not load. And we don't know why that is. It doesn't matter if you're using Trading Paints Loader or IR Sidekick. It's just...
Yeah, I'm not seeing the orange either. Which is
yeah, it's just
a little bit of a bummer, but
showing up as white.
hopefully the next race we'll get to see his orange livery. To be honest, the white does look really good on the Beamer. on the BMW.
It does, actually. That has a good BMW look to it. It's nice, clean white.
Well, since it was week 13, we didn't have any league races. Indy Racing is off. Indy Racing World Series is off for a small break in between seasons, and Wednesday Night Dash had an off week this week.
It is.
If I'm correct.
That is correct. If you see the schedule in the corner, this is the remaining truck schedule. We are headed to Sonoma this Wednesday night, so that will be something.
Yeah, this update that happened this week was, I think the total update that I had was 14 gigs. So this is a pretty big one.
Mine wasn't quite that big.
I did all of them. I updated all of the packets.
Oh, okay.
So
I generally only update the stuff that I own, and previous to, I think it was last season, when you had to do your updates, you had to go through and like click everything you owned.
Oh my gosh.
And now it'll by default check everything that you own. The only problem is that, in the case of a multi class series like this,
you need to have all of them updated.
Yep, yeah. And you, like this morning, I thought I had everything, but I ended up missing the portion of GTP, so I had to quick update that before I launched the session. So that's why we were a little late getting started here.
Oh, no way. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's... Mark goes wide off the track. He's been doing that. So, yeah, Wednesday Night Dash coming up. We'll be at Sonoma. Oh, there goes Nick. Mark taking over the class lead. Go take a look at Eric. So I don't know if Eric has formally announced the Indy Racing World Series schedule for next season.
I don't think he has.
I mean, it's been shared with the drivers in the chat.
Yes.
But I don't think he's formally announced it, so... I don't know, do you think I have it loaded up here. Do you think I'm stealing his thunder? I guess you should be rewarded for tuning in early with us on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, I'd say we could semi-formally announce it. Unofficially.
Yeah, and I mean, we've got 90 minutes to kill here. I mean, we're not going to be sitting here following the action the entire time. We got to talk about something. I mean, we're 15 minutes into this, so without further ado, the Indy Racing World Series schedule.
Ooh, Mark spins out too. So we'll have a new lead change for the GT3 cars.
Into the grass he goes. Let's go back and see if we can catch that on replay. Get this schedule off my screen. Oh! Nice little hot coming out of the bus stop. And Mark's in the pits he probably had to take a tow there. That's unfortunate.
Nick also had a small spin out too, so
we did see that live on the broadcast a few minutes ago.
He just had another one.
Oh, another one. Ooh.
Yeah, it looks a little slippery on track today.
Yeah, I don't see any sign of rain just yet, so...
No, but it is coming.
It's coming.
It's about 5 minutes away, about 5-10 minutes away. Watching the radar over here. Track's cooling down a little bit, it sounds like. Says it dropped down to 99 degrees, so only 2 degrees lower.
Humidity has jumped a lot. Up to, I think when we started the broadcast, the humidity was about 58% or so. It's up to 72%. So they're officially calling the track dry still. It's, as you can see, we haven't seen any rain yet, but that's, we're probably, what did you say, about 15 minutes away from seeing some rain?
About less than 10 minutes now.
Okay, less than 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, it's coming. I see it on the radar, and it's a wall.
I wish they, iRacing has not integrated a good radar that you can put on a broadcast, at least that I've seen. I'm sure there probably is. Someone's probably saying, yes, there is, moron.
Is it the radar pop out?
Yeah, the radar. Yeah, it's not like there's a radar pop out for drivers and team spotters, but it's not broadcast friendly without bringing up the backup screens and.
No, it is not, unfortunately.
But take our word for it, the rain is coming.
Yes. Oh, it's getting a little foggy, it looks like. Or maybe my screen is just a little... Ooh.
Eric, a little hot there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eric starting his exit of the boot. Had a couple of drivers have some issues on that turn this morning so far.
Wonder if the cooling of the track, because it's cooled down to 98 now, the humidity increasing very quickly, and the oncoming rain is changing it up a little bit.
Yeah, humidity's up to 83%.
And it's continuously rising.
It is 84%. Here it comes. We're gonna.
Oh yeah, here comes the rain.
Let's take a look at Ian Miller. See how he's just cruising along here.
Oh, we got Eric catching up to Nick here. Gonna go for the overtake. I don't know what part of the course this is. Not quite paying attention too much.
Yeah, looks like he is in the boot, coming out of the boot.
Okay.
And cruises right by, as expected.
And the west side of the track is getting hit by rain right now.
So it looks like we're going to see some pit stops for some rain tires here soon. Let's go to an overhead view and see what we've got.
And that track temperature is dropping quick too now. It's 95. Oh, here's the rain. I see it with Eric's car.
Let's get in there and see.
If I remember correctly, someone was telling us in the chat that parts of the track becomes a pool.
Oh yeah, look at that. Got a little bit of rain. The wiper is on.
Gotta be careful here if they're still on racing slicks. They'll have no grip. Yeah, I'm on with Ian, and looks like he's taking it a little more cautiously.
Is he coming in? Nope.
I guess he's staying. Yeah, he's staying out.
Mark has switched to rain tires. So Mark Vickers is our first driver to make the switch to rain tires. Looks like I need to adjust some of these graphics.
Yeah, I wish there was a way to reduce the fog amounts.
Yeah, nice steady little rain coming down here. when we were experimenting with the rain feature, we went to and did a night race at Daytona, and Eric just basically put on like torrential downpour. He was like, "Yeah, if we're gonna experience this for the first time, we should, go all out." And you'd have parts of the track are flooding, borderline flooding, and it was definitely an interesting first experience with the rain.
I don't know if we'll get the downpour today, but looks like we'll get a good hour. No, sorry, not an hour. 30 minutes about of rain. So that should that'll cool off the track. Track temperature's down to 85 degrees.
We were pushing 100 degrees, or I think it was 111, I believe,
101?
when we started.
Oh, was it 111? I don't remember. I remember you saying 101 at one point. We might get a little bit of heavy rain, it looks like. Maybe just a small bit. And it looks like Ian's going into the pits right now.
Ian Miller for his tire change.
I feel like he stayed out there a little bit long with his race slicks on.
I'm not going to say anything.
No.
We've
been known for announcers jinx. It affects us.
Especially after the last session, we nah, you won't catch him. Oh, and there he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that clip is pinned on the YouTube channel if you go back and watch last month's race.
Oh, Eric hit the wall hard.
Inadvertently jinxed Eric Mattingly.
Yes, we did.
Eric hit the wall. Let's go back and take a look at that. So here comes Eric. Eric is the only one who has not switched to rain tires, and I think he's going to regret that.
Yeah.
Ooh, little side swipe of the wall there.
He's going to have to take it slow. And just.
Yep. He's in the pit right now. I'm going to get that damage fixed and get those rain tires put on.
Rain tires are always a gamble with putting them on too early or not putting them on early enough. I feel like put the tire on the intermediate, the rain tires on too early, and you burn through your tires too quickly. But if you don't put it on early enough, you're going to be slipping and sliding everywhere.
There was we were reminded the other day during Formula One practice of, it was the, I believe, 2021 Hungarian Grand Prix, and there was an early accident, there was some rain, and the remaining cars all stopped. They were going to do a standing restart, but everybody stopped for tires except for Lewis Hamilton. And Lewis, or actually I think it was to take off the rain tires. Yeah, it was to take off the rain tires. And everybody stopped, and Lewis didn't. He went out and actually went on grid. Up, and Ian spins out.
Oh, he saved it though.
He did.
There's been a couple drivers who spun out so far, and he looks like he's going to the pits too.
Going to the pits too. This is a development session, so the pit strategies aren't exactly going to be the same as what you see typically during an actual 6-hour race.
Yeah, and Nick hit the wall too. So I wonder if the course is starting to powder up a little bit.
So go back and see that.
Yeah, Eric's going a little off track too here. Yeah, I think the rain's gonna. Yeah, they're not getting any grip on these, even with the rain tires on, it looks like.
Can you imagine next week's event?
Oh boy.
We unfortunately won't be broadcasting the event, but Nick's spun out again. That was not a replay of the replay. That was live.
Yeah, that course must be slippery.
Oh, some deja vu right there. We covering the replay of the spin and wreck, and then we come back to the live broadcast and spins again. It's just, but we didn't jinx him. I'm not taking credit for that.
No, we did not. Yeah, because Ian's spinning out. Eric's spun out. Yeah, he just lost his wing. Oh, and his rear tires.
Ooh, got some damage there. Let's
Yeah.
go back and watch that.
They can see how much water's on the course with the amount of water that's being kicked up by these drivers.
Yeah, we get two cars battling each other. Yep, right on the bus stop. Oop, just backed right into the wall.
Yeah. Wasn't much you could really do about that.
But let's go on board with Nick here as he's chasing down Mark. You want to see when you have a decent amount of rain and you're right behind, just the amount of spray that comes in that your visibility is severely impacted.
Yeah.
And you just can't describe it until you see it. So hopefully we'll see him catch him here in a moment, and then we can really get a look and just show you what that looks like.
And the track's only moderately wet right now, apparently. Apparently it's not wet, just plain wet. It's moderately. So.
Alright, so you can see Nick is starting to get into Mark's spray here. Let's go on board.
Yeah, that's... Oh, he saved it. Nice. But it's,
Yeah, you can see Nick is purposely... I want to say purposely staying out of the spray, which for visibility purposes, it's a good idea.
Yeah. But when you're fielding a whole bunch of cars for a big race, you're not going to be able to avoid it. You just don't have any wiggle room around.
But I was saying before, the Hungarian Grand Prix, yeah, you have all the remaining cars stopped for tires, and Lewis Hamilton doesn't, so Lewis does the standing start all by himself, still on his rain tires, and it's lights out for Lewis Hamilton. And never seen anything like it. You know, he takes off, and then everybody gets released from the pits, and Lewis tries to build up a big enough gap to the pit and not lose any position, and he did build that up enough. And I believe George Russell took over the lead briefly driving for Williams in that race. Every once in a while you see Williams lead. Not often.
Nope.
Mark's starting to pull away a little bit, so we will hop out of this view. Oh, there goes Nick. Into the wall.
Yeah, it must be really slick on the track right now. I know if I was driving, I would be just wall riding the whole course.
That's why I'm sitting up here and not down there.
Yes.
I was born in Indiana. I'm genetically incapable of turning a race car to the right.
Oh. It looks like we got rain for another at least 10 minutes. And then we'll have some fog. Wow, that's a lot of spray coming from Eric's car. Track's definitely getting a lot more water on the surface.
Question is, how long will it take the track to dry out after it stops?
That is true. Yeah, the track temp's 81, so it's not super... Oh, we can see some puddles forming on the track. Let's take a look. Yeah, I guess we'll see. Be good to kind of take a look and see how long it does take the track to dry out. We will have foggy conditions after the rain lets up. That's what the forecast is calling for. So I'm not sure if foggy conditions will slow down the drying of the track.
You see
Looks
back
like we got
there,
about 40 minutes? No, sorry, 50 minutes of the race left?
we are at 57 minutes.
Oh,
And you can see that with the rain and the lap time slowdown, the adjusted calculation is projecting 49 laps now. I think we were at 58 when we started, but the wet track will change that.
yeah. Wow, look at those puddles. I think iRacing did a pretty good job with the rain on the course.
So far, the reviews of the rain itself have been pretty positive. The biggest complaint that I've seen is the GTPs seem to struggle in the rain.
That's what I heard, and the LMP2s start taking over. If I remember correctly, they're a little faster in the rain. Which is interesting. Looks like Eric's catching up to Mark.
Let's see if we go on board here. Yep. First, Eric slid just a little bit there.
Yeah. But you can see the puddles in certain parts of the track. Yeah, those water effects are pretty nice on the course. It goes on the outside and successfully overtakes Mark, it looks like.
Overall, Eric is currently leading this race. Ian had to take a toe off of that the damage.
Oh. Those are some pretty big puddles there by
Yes, they are.
By the bus stop there.
Looks like Nick is stopping on his way out of the pit. Mark is working his way out of the boot. Ian is coming into turn one. Whoa. A little scary for Ian there.
Well, the humidity's up to 96% right now.
That's raining.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not at all hundo.
Track temperature 80 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's pretty cold.
Officially, iRacing is calling this moderately wet.
I wonder if they have a flooded setting. Track is flooded.
Good question.
We'll just have it just downpour the whole rest of the race.
The right now in the timing, Ian is about 6 seconds faster than Eric.
Seems like Ian's gonna catch up soon then.
He's got time. If they keep that current pace, he's got time to catch him.
And it'll also depend on once the rain lets up, how quickly the track will clear up with the water. We got about another 5-10 minutes of rain, and it should be going away.
It'll be just a matter of the track drying.
Looks like Ian's catching Nick. And there's a lot of water.
Yeah, it seems like the exiting the boot has been the trouble spot for the drivers today in the rain.
That's a pretty big turn, so I feel like there's not much of a runoff place too.
You know what's funny is we got distracted. We unveiled the Indy Racing World Series schedule and then didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
We got distracted by rain and everything else. So here we'll pull this up and so right now Eric is running a 3-week, we're in week 2, a USF 2000 mini season. We ran at Mid-Ohio last Tuesday night, not broadcasted events, it's just getting some time on some road courses. This Tuesday night we'll be at Long Beach, and the following Tuesday we'll be at Barber. And if you noticed, when I put the schedule up earlier, Long Beach and Barber are 2 road courses this season.
Yes, that'll be fun to watch.
So get some extra practice in on those road courses. Have a little bit slower, less powerful car before you get in the R18. One of the big changes to iRacing and to IndyCar this year is IndyCar rolled out that new street tire. And in iRacing's concern, the only place that they use it, I believe, is Long Beach. And it is definitely different from the alternate tire. You're braking. I haven't been able to do a long run and much testing with it, but your braking points definitely change with that green tire. And it's not a rain tire.
Is it more grip?
You know what? I don't know for sure.
Interesting.
Honestly, I haven't done a lot of research into the tire, but we have not seen a rain tire yet for IndyCar. I'm guessing that's coming probably soon.
That'll be interesting.
They did iRacing this week unveiled the rain tire for the MX, the Mazda MX-5. And everyone's like, "Oh, please don't introduce rain into the rookie MX-5 series." It's chaotic enough as it is without rain. So GT4, I believe, also got the rain tire this time around. But anyway, the Season 4 Indy Racing World Series schedule will be kicking off in the middle of July 16th from Kentucky, going right to Barber, Pocono, Twin Ring, Michigan, New Hampshire, Long Beach, Nashville Superspeedway, Kansas, and then we're closing out with a 50% length Indianapolis race.
That'll be fun.
There's a $10 broadcast fee to join the season. A $1 race, it's not a bad deal. Get yourself into a broadcasted Indy League. Had a lot of fun last season. We had some drivers that we assume are not going to return this season due to whatever reason, but we had a good group out there, and Taka, you got to watch the action from the broadcast booth, and what did you see as that season progressed?
It was fun to just watch everyone slowly learn how to drive the cars, and just seeing the different strategies on the track with the shifting and the pit strategies. It was pretty interesting. Watching everyone progress slowly was a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing another fun season of racing. I also got to learn a little bit more about each track, so that was kind of nice. I was happy that it gets a little bit of insights about the track from the drivers.
And I did pull off my first win last season.
Yes, you did. That was pretty cool.
With a ridiculous field strategy where I absolutely pushed the limit. Building up a lap and a half gap on the rest of the field for the last 25 laps.
Yeah, something like that.
And they cut it to about 5 seconds, but I comfortably had about a lap extra of fuel, so it was it wasn't exciting from a broadcast perspective. I mean, the last 20 laps or so, there was a group of about 5 cars competing for second place trying to catch me. And that provided a pretty good battle. And then periodically you check in on me as I'm just limping around the track like, please don't run out of fuel. Please don't catch me.
Yeah, I thought they were going to catch you in the last couple laps.
I did too.
Oh no, they're getting close. I figured you changed your the fuel to air ratio in your car.
Yeah, I was kind of maxing that out, and I had no other choice. I would have run out 2 or 3 laps early had I not. And
it looked like on your last lap you went back to full.
I did. When I got to the last lap, I knew I was okay. I was gonna make it, so I put it back into just full, and then picked it up for that last lap. But yeah, you could see I was probably 2.5 seconds off the pace. I wasn't. The rest of the group were drafting off of each other. They were closing the gap fast, and
they were.
Fortunately, I had the stint was short enough that I was able to pull it off in the end.
Yeah.
Let's see what else is going on here.
Yeah, that was a fun race.
Yeah, we had a good turnout for Indianapolis last season. I think we had 18 or 19 cars. Oh, and
Ian had a slight spin there.
Slight spin, but he saved it. No,
oh yeah.
No harm, no foul. Ian Miller is on his way. I think let's go on board with Ian. Still have some rain.
Yeah, it looks like it should be letting off very soon. Thinking like the next minute or two, the rain should be gone, and then we'll see some dense fog instead. I don't know how dense, but
yeah, you just notice how the racing line adjusts to avoid the puddles. Exiting the bus stop, there's a pretty nice sized puddle. Nice little puddle there.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy with all these puddles. I feel like in the rain, you get that one driving line where it's relatively dry and all the drivers try to stay in it, so you don't see as much overtakes or anything like that. Yeah, the track temp's down to 77 degrees right now. It says right now it's light fog with 100% precipitation. If the camera angle changes to like a distance view, you can't really see the cars anymore. Well, you can't see Eric's car because his car's gray. The fog's a little gray. So,
Here's our blimp view right now.
yeah.
Great broadcast view.
Oh yeah.
Go down down to the chopper view is a little bit better, but the blimp is wasting its time up there today. Back in the I think it was like the mid-late 1980s. There was an NFL playoff game, and I think it was the Bears at Soldier Field, and I think they were playing the Eagles, if I remember correctly. And it was heavy fog, and the broadcasters are struggling, like letting everybody know what was going on, and it led to this iconic call where the Eagles throw an interception, and the broadcaster's like, "I think there was an interception." But the crowd's cheering like it was, and just I think there was an interception. Just very unsure of himself. It was one for the ages. If you go back and search for that, I think they called that one the Fog Bowl. But
I think so. And it looks like the rain has let up here. So now it's a race against the track drying up. I've seen bits and clips of that people call it the Fog Bowl. It's kind of it was insane. You couldn't see anything.
December 31st, 1988.
Oh.
Dense fog rolled over Chicago Soldier Field during the second quarter, cutting the visibility to about 15 to 20 yards.
Can't believe they could play football in that. Bet the line judges had a great time with that.
Many players complained that on the field they couldn't see the sidelines or a first down marker.
Imagine throwing a Hail Mary in 15 yards of visibility.
You just toss in like, eh.
I think the downfield's that way. If I hit someone, sorry. Hopefully it's my guy.
Yeah, it was on CBS, and Vern Lundquist called that game. Could you imagine kicking a field goal during that game? One, you have 15 yards of visibility.
No way.
Yeah, you're kicking a field goal, and then you have the referees standing under the uprights, like trying to see if that ball went through the uprights or not.
See, what I would do, I'd kick it super far away and see if they'd still count it. Be like, it went through. It just went over the net.
We've seen some, the officiating getting the call wrong and it be completely clear. Imagine having to call it in the fog.
You can't replay it either. Can't see it.
Couldn't replay it. You had 1980s television cameras, so even if you could go look at a replay, it's TV quality was a little different back then.
Just a little grainy. Maybe not grainy. It's
No, it was grainy. It's just you don't understand this. I'm throwing the age card here. You don't understand the pain. I mean, I'm not that old, but I grew up in a household and my childhood was pre-high definition, and we had console TVs and.
Hey, gotta love the CRTVs though.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the TVs weighed about 200 pounds for your your 32-inch TV.
They stick out like 2 feet behind it. It's probably only like a foot.
It's just, every once in a while you see they put up a old broadcast, and they put the boxes on the vertical boxes on each side since they don't fit the widescreen, and you're just like, how did people watch sports before high definition?
Yeah. No wide pan or anything like that.
I remember another one that was difficult to watch, and this is kind of why Fox had the glow puck, was hockey. And chasing down the puck on television was sometimes tricky.
I'm amazed how well they can do that. Especially considering the puck's going 100 miles an hour at some of the shots.
Yeah, you got a slap shot that push 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Do you ever see the glow puck that Fox did back in the late 90s?
No, I did not.
Yeah, they put basically they put these like infrared sensors on the puck, and so the puck would like glow on TV, so you could see where the puck was at all times on TV, and it was a very controversial thing. Some people like, hey, this is great because it makes it easier to follow where the puck is, and other people thought it was just a cheesy gimmick. But what was funny though is when somebody would take a slap shot, it'd have this like red tail showing the path of the puck. It was like it was shot out of a cannon.
That's kind of cool. I would think that's kind of cool. It makes it easier to follow, but I can also see why people wouldn't like it. Speaking of glowing stuff, they recently played a baseball game with glow-in-the-dark materials.
I did see that. That was cool.
Yeah. So maybe we'll see a new type of way to play sports that usually played under the lights.
I did see a Reddit post the other day that was really funny, and this guy was talking about how he loves golf, but he has to take care of his kids during the day, and he can't really get out and play golf much. And so he came up with a proposal for his wife that he'd buy some like night vision glasses and sneak out onto the golf course at like 11 p.m. and play golf with night vision glasses on.
Oh my gosh.
And he was going on to Reddit to share his plan with the group and asking for suggestions if anybody has ever done this before and if they had any suggestions for what to buy. And the reaction was, as you would expect on Reddit, from this man's a genius to, okay, that's really stupid, to this man is insane.
Oh.
Yeah, so the glowing puck was known as Fox Trax, Trax.
Oh.
And it was used on Fox Sports telecasts of the NHL from 96 to 98.
They used it for 2 years.
They used it for 2 years. Yeah, and some viewers said it helped them follow the game easier, but it was criticized, quote, especially by Canadian critics for being a gimmick that distracted from the game.
Oh. Well, yeah, I guess you'll have that. And the baseball game, glow-in-the-dark baseball game, is called Cosmic Baseball.
Cosmic Baseball.
Yeah, the Chili Peppers. That's the baseball team that did it. So.
The Chili Peppers.
Yeah, it's a summer college league, if I remember correctly.
Go on board with Eric. See his wipers off. Looks like the rain has stopped, but there's still considerable
track's so wet.
Yeah, considerable wet spot. Oh, there's some rain. Never mind. Guess the rain hasn't completely stopped yet.
That's interesting. I wonder if it's the water from the fog, because it's a thicker fog. We should see this fog clear up in the next 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes, so. Well, I like seeing new and interesting stuff when it comes to sports and trying to
It's if you're not
promote it
innovating, you're
differently.
not trying.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some innovations to sports that are great, and others that sound great and just don't play out the way you envision it. And then there's just some that are just flat out dumb.
A pitch clock in baseball.
Yeah, which
I'll
is
leave it at that.
arguably like destroying pitchers' careers.
Apparently, but there's a whole science behind it, and I won't get into it here.
I mean, it's definitely achieved its primary goal of speeding up the game. That
It has. Means that my wallet will be a lot more happy because I can't get as many hot dogs and beers.
yeah, that was the biggest complaint from the stadiums is that they have to cut off beer sales probably an hour before they normally would have usually, and it's costing them beer revenue.
Yeah, so now they're selling the beer a little later. Instead of stopping at the 7th, they stopped at the 8th.
Yeah, that's a little scary. The whole point of stopping it at the 7th, which obviously there's some major issues with alcohol and sporting events and getting behind the wheel of a car.
Yeah. You know, it'd be a fun league to do. A don't drink and drive league where every lap you do, you gotta take a shot.
There was actually a league I read about on Reddit a while ago. It was a NASCAR league, and they would do a mandatory stage break in the middle, and everybody had to be on Zoom with their webcam on, and you had to chug a beer before you could exit the pits.
Oh.
And the race controller would be monitoring Zoom, and you had to like turn your can upside down to show it was empty before you get the all clear. Otherwise, you got disqualified from the race.
Oh.
But yeah, you'd have to sit there and watch, like, there were like 10 or 15 people in this league. You got a race controller on Zoom, like, not only are you watching for penalties, but you're watching to make sure that did you finish that beer?
Yeah. That'd be I don't know if we could find a sponsor for that if you were to host one of those. Malort? Have them take a shot of Malort?
The Malort Cup.
Oh. Actually, that'd be kind of fun. Maybe we'd make it like a once a year race.
Special event.
Yeah.
So Malort, on their delivery trucks, they have a picture of this guy like holding a shot glass, like an empty shot glass, and he just has this disgusted look on his face, like he had just drank his Malort. And it says underneath him, "Don't enjoy, period, responsibly."
Oh, that's too funny.
We just got a message in the chat. Nick Warboy, who is driving in this race right now, says he is game for the drinking league.
I'm glad we got one person who'd be interested in it.
That's impressive. He's on the track driving right now. We're watching him in real time, and typed it out while he was driving.
No, we do not condone texting and driving, but this is iRacing.
Yes, this is a simulator.
And he's got a full keyboard. Don't know if that makes it any better.
No, that does not make it any better.
Oh. Oh, maybe I can whip something up. Well, I'll look into that. I'll write it down on my sticky note.
Put it into the business plan.
I mean, I think it'd be kind of fun and kind of smart. Maybe it's something that would definitely put us out there. We'll figure out the logistics for it.
So our next event on the endurance calendar is July 6th. It's a GT3 only event at Spa. Then August
Ooh,
31st, we'll have an IMSA event. So all 3 classes at Indianapolis. Our September race is still to be determined. October, our plan is Road Atlanta, preparing for Petit Le Mans. That'll be on October 5th. And then November 2nd. Right now on the calendar, the official event in November is Fuji GT3. And oh, that's great. Nick has declared himself as semi-pro for that event. So we're coming into the last 27 minutes of our event. Looks like the rain has generally stopped. Might be a few.
It looks like the fog is going away slowly.
Let's take a look at the blimp view. Yeah, we can kind of see a little bit.
Barely.
I mean, I can see an outline of some banners, and I see the RVs. Yeah, it's
better than earlier. The chopper view's not bad.
Ian has cut the gap to overall first place down to about 25, 26 seconds right now. Although
the track is lightly wet now. Track temp is slowly going up again. So, but I still see puddles, so I don't know how lightly wet. The track is lightly wet, and puddles goes hand in hand. I don't question anything. I don't know. I'm not a meteorologist nor an expert on track dryness or wetness. The rain was a nice touch, though. It was great. I think it was good practice for all the drivers here today. It's kind of cool to watch Mark and Nick kind of trade positions at the beginning of the race and let each other take the lead, so then they can feel how the drag affects the draft affects each car. Mark kind of takes a small spin.
Yeah, takes a small spin, but he's back underway once again.
Yep. Hoping we'll get to watch the track slowly dry once this fog lifts, which it looks like it's supposed to in the next 5 minutes. So. And the track looks a little slick still. Seeing a couple cars, a couple drivers spin out still, so wonder if that's because they hit the puddle and cause it to spin out a little bit. Come on, fog, disappear. Get out of here. No more fog. Get to see all the drivers driving. Doing pretty good. They're staying in the dry spots, though. Or they're trying to, at least. Currently, still, track is lightly wet. Track temperature went down to 81. So that's kind of interesting. Light fog, and then round another 4 minutes. Supposed to be Temperature's supposed to increase a little bit, so, and partly cloudy, so hopefully see the track get drier. Since it's partly cloudy, direct sunlight onto some water. See if that affects the glare from the reflection of the rain on the track. Looks like Ian Miller is going into the pits right now. I'm wondering if he's changing back to slicks or not.
There's still some wet spots out there. So I mean, if you're going to experiment on that change, I mean, this is the place to do it. You know, if he wrecks himself, oh well. I mean, you know, come back to the pits or take your toe and get back out there again.
It's either he went in to do a fast repair or to change his tires. I'm keeping an eye on him right now. Nope, no tire change.
Nope,
just a fast repair. Looks like. Yeah, it looks like the fog's lifting now, so that's really nice.
Let's head to our blimp view and see how it is cleared up. Yeah, look at that.
Oh, yeah. That's getting there. Yeah, it looks a lot better.
Yeah, we've got about 20 minutes left in the session. Projecting about 50 laps today. We've got some work to do on these graphics here for our next event. But hey, you know, again, perfect place to test it out.
Yes, most definitely.
This league is as much sandbox as it is entertainment. So we're working out some of the kinks early morning. You know, if you've tuned in and watched with us, thank you. We really appreciate you spending part of your Saturday morning with us. I don't know why you want to hang out with me on a Saturday morning, but hey, we do really appreciate it.
Yes, we really do. And thanks for some of the chats, too. Really do appreciate that, too.
I was reaching for the cough button real quick, and I realized I didn't have the right page, so I'm like holding back a cough, trying to switch my stream deck over to turn my cough button on.
I luckily have my cough button on my microphone. It's my mute button.
Yeah, I have a hardware, but it sounds really weird when I turned on the mute.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, there's like this kind of click sound that happens when I do it, and it gets picked up on the broadcast. I mean, it's worst case scenario that sometimes you just can't hold back that cough or that sneeze.
Nope. I don't think mine clicks. I hope not.
If you've used it in a broadcast, I've never noticed it. I mean, I haven't really paid attention to it.
Yeah, I've used it a couple times during today's broadcast, so.
Yeah, I have not noticed it.
Sweet. Well, I'm glad that worked. That it's not making a clicky noise. Although I've noticed my mute button's kind of the icon's kind of getting smudged because I use it so much. Which is I think it's a good thing.
So if you haven't heard enough of my voice today, stay tuned at 2 p.m. Eastern right here on Stadium Scene TV for the replay of FR Racing's Garage Talk. So Eric and I this week get into a pretty lengthy discussion about the NASCAR charter system. You know, since we recorded the episode, it sounds like Front Row Racing is going to spend about $20 million or so to buy one of Stewart Haas Racing's Cup Series charters, which BJ McLeod sold his Live Fast charter last year for, I believe, $35 million, which is just absurd. We get into the absurdities of that. You know, the economics of teams struggling, and your Hendrick Motorsports saying they haven't broken even in over a decade.
Wow. Definitely something to some Something worth listening to. Oh, and that white BMW, not so white anymore after all that rain. Ian hit the wall, lost his wing. He'll probably have to go into...
Yeah, he is wingless.
You can see the wing sliding. You saw the wing sliding on the track there. It's got an engine and tire of its own. I'm kind of glad that the damaged car parts that fall off the car don't actually like hurt the other cars driving. I don't think it does. If it does, then I haven't done my homework. I'll also stay off the track because I will leave a trail of car parts behind me as I drive. Also, since we're talking cars and leaving parts behind, I saw this kind of funny meme on Instagram a couple days ago talking about blowing pistons out of engines and how you know most pistons are pointed the V8s, V6s, they're at an angle, and then you got the inlines which are usually pointed straight up or slightly to an angle. And then there's a picture of a battleship, and then it says Subaru engines with their flat 6s and flat 4s. They shoot it straight out the side. Battleships with all their guns just shooting it out the sides. I'm like, that's too funny. It's true though. Ooh, Mark had to hit the wall pretty hard there. Looks like he's
Let's go back and catch that on the replay.
going into the pits. He actually towed himself pretty hard, it looked like.
So he's coming down the front stretch.
Looks like Eric's coming in for the pits too. Yeah, it looks like he hit a water spot or something.
Oh, yeah, there he goes.
Yeah, so the track is considered lightly wet right now, so don't know if this is a good time to test out those slicks or not. I don't know. I can't quite tell what tires drivers have, unfortunately.
Yeah, it looks like Eric has gone back to his slicks.
Can you tell by the cover or the sidewall of the tire? I don't know if it's like F1 where you can kind of see the...
I don't... Good question. I do not know. I mean, on my timing and scoring, it shows the current tire that they're running.
I agree with the chat. It does look a little early for slicks. But... I don't know. Maybe it'd be kind of fun to experiment. We'll get ready for the Drifting World Series.
Yeah, let's go take a look at Eric. This is
Oh.
Yeah. There's our announcer jinx.
There you go. He had it.
Let's go back and let's watch that.
Yeah, he lost his steering on his...
Again, like we said, this is as much developmental as it is a racing event, so finding that time to switch back and gain that advantage. That's the same thing, Mark.
Try to limp it back.
That's the same thing Mark did just about. He came around turn 1, kind of lost it, coming back onto the track.
Yeah, Eric's trying to try to limp it back with his front right tire not really, just attached. That's all it is. It's not really doing much.
This will be fun to watch. Unfortunately, again, small track, or fewer cars in the track. And he made it.
Yeah.
So, not going to lose as much as if he would have taken the tow.
Yeah. Oh, what was that dance move called where you kind of have that leg kind of loose? The car looks like it's doing that with that tire in the front.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I can't remember what it's called. It's like a something leg. I don't know. Oh, got cars dancing this morning. What do you got? About 25 more minutes left?
No, we are down in our last 11 minutes.
Oh. Well, my timing stuff is all sorts of messed up, I guess. Looks like the track's drying up pretty nicely, though, too.
Eric has gone back to the rain tire.
I can't say I blame him for that one. It's hard to find that balance.
Yeah, that's a good point from
interesting.
Lewis Gilbert in the chat. More cars on track 6 would be on by now. I agree with that. That's...
with the water getting kicked up, I guess.
Yeah, you got a 3+ mile track with only, right now only 3 cars on track, so it's not a lot of water movement there.
Yeah, that makes sense. I love the insights we're getting. Be interesting to see what the weather turns out to be like at the Watkins Glen 6 Hour race next weekend.
I think we're going to get something comparable to this, is the rumor. I have not seen anything specific yet.
I don't think they're going to announce until the day before, or the weekend, or like maybe on Thursday they might announce it. I wonder. Because I felt like they took a little bit of time to announce the more recent endurance race that they hosted. But well, to those of you who are tuning in to this race this morning, thanks for tuning in and getting your morning started off right with me and DJ.
I don't know about right, but started. Hope you're enjoying that coffee.
Yeah, nice cup of coffee and a little bit of I'm definitely running on some crazy stuff, so. Not drugs, I promise.
Perfectly legal stuff.
Yes. some sugar, and some more sugar. Best way to get me up.
Sugar, caffeine. You got a nice mix of the caffeine in there.
Oh yeah.
I think you just described a fully loaded cup of coffee.
I was thinking like a Monster or Red Bull. But... Oh, Nick just posted the pictures of his livery into the chat.
Yeah, that is definitely not what we were seeing.
No. That looks nice. I like it.
Wait, yeah, it does look good.
Looks like he's asking for a bump draft there.
Yes. It says on the back of his car, "Do not bump draft." But yes, for some reason, despite the fact that I manually tried to pull from trading paints, it has not updated the cars.
I do like Ian's livery. It looks
He's
nice.
running the, I think it's one of the Penske, I want to say defaults, but it's one of the Porsche Penskes.
Eric's running his Navy livery. Is it a Tomcat?
I believe so.
Okay.
This is kind of his, when he's running by himself, this is kind of his generic go-to that he does on a lot of his cars.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Oh, Mark's so. Looks like Mark disconnected.
Yeah, I think he exited
Maybe a
the
time
session.
constraint. Yeah. Oh, well, good to see him. Good to see the brand new Corvette in the race. Maybe we'll get to see the Mustang next time. Do you know how well the new Mustangs and the Corvette handles? Or?
I have not taken the Corvette for a spin. I have taken the Mustang.
What's your opinion on it?
Well, let's see. Based on Mark's time and my best lap, I was, let's see here. I was about 2-3 seconds off of them, and I wasn't really pushing hard. And I'm also really bad at the GT3. Like I said, I am genetically incapable of turning a race car to the right.
That's fair.
Pulling up my VRS stats here from the other day. Let's see what I did. So we approach about 5 minutes to go. Oh, that's right. I can't.
Oh, you can't. You probably can't do it while you're.
Well, I'm on my pulling up on my phone. Yeah, it looks like the. Oh, they do have it now. Let's see. No, they don't. They don't have the Mustang GT3 in the VRS yet. Or at least they didn't the other day when I ran it. I mean, I did my testing the first day out that it was unveiled.
Oh. Ooh, look at that car. That Porsche on
Ooh, that is nice.
So in the Discord chat, we have Lewis Gilbert?
Yes.
I hope. Okay. And if he was running today, which hopefully he'll join us next time.
Yeah, we'll be on July 6th at Spa.
Yeah.
Good to see that. Hopefully see that GT3.
Yeah, it's a nice looking Porsche. I like the blue and the back, how it's like a nice light. It changes from a dark blue to a light blue to a white. I don't know if that's turquoise or not. I don't know my colors very well. So. I know the main colors. Outside of that,
Yeah, it's fun.
all bets are off.
It's fun when I've got kids and somebody gives them the giant box of crayons, and it's like you've got the 64 crayons, and you're looking at some of these, and like this is just a dark red, and it has some obscure name to it.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like I can't do it. I can't figure it out. What would be a shadow red or something like that probably, huh?
So I decided to just go down that rabbit hole and Google and see. I'm like, there has to be somewhere where you can get the list of the colors in your Crayola 64 crayon box, and there's a fandom which is like a self-hosted like wiki site, and there's actually a Crayola fandom page apparently.
Oh my gosh, no way.
And yeah, and it has in the 64 color entry, they actually have entries that says here's what it was between 1958 and 1996.
Wow.
And 1994 to 2002, and then the.
You need to help us.
Got a guest speaker. It
Yeah,
sounds like.
I
Guest appearance.
gotta storm the broadcast booth. Must be getting my kids ready for swimming lessons here in a little bit, so they.
Oh, and that's a good time to bring up that we will not be having a post-race interview today. Unfortunately.
Yeah, that'll be as soon as we cross the finish line. We'll be in a minute 54. So we'll keep this on Ian, and Ian's got a nice, comfortable one-lap lead.
Ooh, Nick did a nice 360 and saved himself. Saved it. Nice shot.
Spin and win. Spin and win.
Oh yeah. But
Okay, we are approaching minute 20 left, so I believe. Yeah, it's projecting. It looks like the timer is.
well, it took like 35, 40 minutes, and now the track is very lightly wet. And it looks like the white flag is out.
It is.
So this will be the final lap for Ian Miller. And for the rest of the field too, I believe. But with 3 cars, it looked like it took about 30, 40 minutes for the track to become a little dry. There's got to be some sort of formula or math calculation where you can
Yeah, if you have
figure out.
the iRacing spotter, it will. I use Crew Chief, so I don't usually have that info. And but I believe it will give you a feedback on when they think it's dry enough to go back to your slicks, is what I've been told.
Oh.
So he exits the bus stop for the final time.
Well, since we'll be wrapping this up pretty quickly, what'd you think of today's race so far? Pretty good practice for all the drivers?
It was a good practice. We are storming the broadcast booth again, and here comes Ian Miller, and has completed the race. But it was a good run today. It was good use of the Ian celebrating. Got the good use of the rain tire, good use of when to not switch off the rain tire, as we learned, and we'll take a look at the final results here. As
Come with us.
Ian Miller wins. Actually, we have Ian, Eric, and Nick are the class winners today, with Ian as the overall winner today. So, final reminder, thank you again for tuning in. We've got Wednesday Night Dash this week from Sonoma. So tune
That'd be
in.
fun.
Yep. So we'll be back in the trucks Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. So tune in for that. And we will see you then. Thanks for watching, and have a good rest of your Saturday.
Have a great weekend.